But I can't help it, boy.
But Shalom family, how y'all doing? It's your brother Mathia here at the Masada. Got the Masada with me. We over here at Clyde Park. We're here to talk to some people, you know what I'm saying? Walk and talk, break down some scripture, and hopefully save some souls. Right. Let's get into it.
God gave me something today. I have to work on me. I have to work on me.
I came here and I talked to these brothers and they let me know what God was telling me, bro. They let me know what my father wanted me to do, bro.
That's right.
They explained to me that as a follower of God, bro, someone that believes in God, bro, our Father would not want us to smoke.
Yeah, so essentially, I don't know how if brothers and sisters have seen it or not. There was a recent debate with, you know, a brother in the truth and a brother that's not in the truth. If you know the video, you know the video. But there was some misinterpreting that was going on, right? Israelites' biblical integrity is a thing. You got to be honest with the scriptures. Not all the time when you see strangers or heathen or Gentile, not all the time is it an actual natural born heathen, and not all the time is it an actual Israelite. We got to be honest with some stuff, man. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 1.
Welcome me. Go ahead.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to pay the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
In the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
So this is going into the covenant that's being made. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And Moses called unto all Israel and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt, unto Pharaoh and unto his servants.
And what exactly did we see? We saw the plagues that the Lord did. We saw the many miracles that He did, and as well as we saw the salvation of Israel. Matter of fact, before you got your Bible out too, give me Exodus 14, the end of 14. The Exodus 14, Baba Kasha.
Yeah, that was
the end of it. This is another thing that was also seen, right? I think it's like. This is the salvation of the Lord. That's what I'm looking for at the end of 14.
You said you'll see the salvation? That's 13.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, boom. Give it that.
Yeah, this is Exodus 14 and 13. And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord.
And what?
And see the salvation of the Lord.
You got to see the salvation of the Lord. That's something that the Israelites have seen. That's something Noah saw. Noah saw that in his time because his family was saved from the flood. The Israelites were saved out of the hands of Egypt. We recognize that salvation is mirrored with someone being saved from destruction and someone being destroyed. The Israelites have seen that salvation. Noah and his family have seen that salvation. And we know prophetically the Israelites are going to see that salvation again. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which He will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, you shall see them again no more forever.
We're not going to see those taskmasters, those that rule over us out of Egypt no more. They're being killed off. Go on.
The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall...
the Lord shall do what?
The Lord shall fight for you.
Salvation includes the Lord fighting for you. So, for these Christians, and this is going a little bit tangent, but how can these Christians that say, see, you know, my salvation is through sins, but salvation biblically is shown as the Lord fighting for you. Go ahead. Which means what? The Lord has to fight someone for you.
Right.
Go on.
And you shall hold your peace.
And you shall hold your peace. We're going to remain peaceful in that time. We're going to have enough faith and we're going to watch the Lord fight for us. Go back to Deuteronomy 29.
Come on. I want to start at verse 3?
Yeah.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 3. The great temptations which thine eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles. Yet the Lord has not given you a heart to perceive and eyes to see.
You see?
And,
go on.
And ears to hear unto this day.
Go on.
Verse 5. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness.
Yeah, you led us 42 years in the wilderness. Go on.
Your clothes are not waxing old upon you, and thy shoes is not waxing old upon thy feet.
So you've been walking through the wilderness all this time, but your clothes and your garments, they haven't waxed old. Right? The Lord's been taking care of you in this place. Go on.
Go on, verse 6. Ye have not eaten bread, neither have ye drunk wine or strong drink.
So been sober the whole time. Go on.
That ye may know that I am the Lord your God. And when you come, and when you came unto this place, Sihon, the king of Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us unto battle.
So what's this talking about? It's giving you historical context of heathen coming up against us. Go on.
And we smote them,
And we what?
And we smote them.
And we smote these people. Go ahead.
And we took their land and gave it for an inheritance unto Reubenites and to the Gadites and unto half tribe of Manasseh.
So we gave it to those 3 tribes who wanted that allotted land because they liked the vast majority of the land for their cattle and crops. Go on.
Verse 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that you may prosper in all that you do.
So he's giving us this information. And he's telling us he's setting us up to prosper in everything that we do. Come on.
Verse 10. Ye stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy strangers.
And the what?
And thy strangers.
And thy strangers. Now, we saw what happened on that video, but it literally says, and thy strangers, your people who sojourn with you. Who came out of there with us? It was indeed the mixed multitude. They were there because we had servants and handmaids. Hold that. I want your precept right after this precept, but give me the promise to Abraham. Where's that? Genesis 14? No, 17. Genesis 17. Because there's something that we got to understand, man.
17 verse 19?
Yep.
Come on. Book of Genesis chapter 17 and verse 19.
No. That's not what I want. I want 10. It is in there. Circumcised foreskin covenant. And I will give it to thee. Start at 5. We start at 5.
Genesis chapter 17 and verse 5. Neither shall thy name anymore be called Abram.
So here we see a change in name from Abram to Abraham. Go on.
But thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee.
And that's another thing that most people don't understand. Hold on, let's not get into kids. Let it go. Read that again.
Come on. Genesis chapter 17 and verse 5. Neither shall thy name anymore be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee.
And Abraham is indeed a father of many nations. The Ishmaelites go back to Abraham. You have who is it, 2 or 3 more kids that he had, and they all had nations of themselves. And of course you have Israel. It's not just Israel being scattered everywhere. That's not a thing. Abraham had a couple of kids, and they all became nations, namely Ishmael and Israel. It's what's going on. Go on.
Verse 6. And I will make thee exceedingly fruitful.
He's gonna make them exceedingly fruitful. Go on.
And I will make nations of thee.
And nations come of Abraham. That's an actual fact. Go on.
And kings shall come out of thee.
Israel had kings. Ishmael had kings. There were people who ruled that go back to Abraham. Go on.
Verse 7.
Even Esau, child of Abraham, he had many dukes and kingdoms and rulerships. Go on.
Verse 7. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee.
So he said, but God said, I'm going to establish my covenant between me and you. Go on.
And thy seed after thee.
Thy seed after thee. Now here comes the question. Which seed is he going to make this covenant with? Go on.
And after thee in their generations. For an everlasting covenant.
Go on.
To be a God unto thee.
To be a God unto thee. Read.
And to thy seed after thee.
And to thy seed after thee. Go on.
Verse 8. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession.
Read that again.
It's like verse 8, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Come on, verse 8. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger.
So he's going to give them a land in which you're a stranger. Read.
And all the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession.
Go on.
And I will be their God. And God said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou and thy seed after thee.
Thou and thy seed after thee. Even your children will keep this. Go on.
In their generations. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you.
So this is the covenant between Abraham and God. Go on.
Me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised.
Every what?
Every man child among you shall be circumcised.
Every man child among you shall be circumcised. This is a condition for the covenant. It doesn't mean that everybody who is a male that is circumcised takes part in this covenant.
Right.
It means the chosen line from Abraham, in which seed line has to keep this covenant. Go on.
Go on. Verse 11. Ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you.
Between me and you, between Abraham and the Most High. Read.
Come on, verse 12. He that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you.
So even a baby at 8 days old, a male, has to be circumcised. Read.
Every man child,
read.
In your generation, he that is born in the house,
he that is born in the house, read.
Or bought with money.
Or what?
Or bought with money.
Or bought with money. Now we're getting into a what? A hired servant. Even your servants, the males, have to be circumcised if they're to dwell with you and be your servant. Read.
Of any stranger.
Of any what?
Of any stranger.
Of any stranger. No, this is not talking about Israelites. This is talking about an actual heathen stranger that sojourns among you or is a house servant. Go on.
Which is not of thy seed.
Which is what?
Which is not of thy seed.
Meaning even the heathen who dwell among you who are your servants, they too have to be circumcised. Does it mean they take part of the covenant? No. It means that while you are in the covenant and they're dwelling with you, it is your job to make sure that that individual and even their children, their male children, are circumcised. Finish that.
Verse 13. He that is born in thy house and he that is bought with money must need be circumcised.
Must need be circumcised. Don't leave too far away. Put a bookmark in that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I want to answer that real quick though too. The reason why you see it the reason why you see that it's saying like the maid servant and all the people around you, because this is a civil thing they're gonna have. This is their laws, this is their structures. Just like how America has laws and structures.
Exactly.
When people come over here, just because they're from a different place and have a different nationality, you can't just now follow those laws inside of America. You're subject to these laws inside of this jurisdiction. It's the same thing with Abraham and his family, the promise, right?
Exactly.
So speaking about that promise which he gave to Abraham and his literal descendants, Paul understood that even at the end of Acts, right? Acts 26 and 4, I'm reading NLT. As the Jewish leaders are full aware, I was given, if they admit it, they know that I have been a member of the Pharisees, the strictest sect in our religion.
Facts.
Now I'm on trial because of my hope in the fulfillment of God's promise made to our ancestors. In fact, that is why the 12 tribes of Israel zealously worship God day and night, or night and day, and they share the same hope I have, yet your majesty, they accuse me for having this hope. So the entire purpose of Paul going around teaching people about Christ is for the fulfillment of the Abrahamic promise.
Exactly.
But he's not giving it out to everybody. He's talking about the 12 tribes, and it's for our ancestors. So when people try to make arguments like on Galatians 3, various other places, try to say the promises for everybody else, that's not what Paul's conclusion is in the very end of the book of Acts.
Facts.
That's the problem.
And to expound on that, go back to the promises. We're gonna go back to Deuteronomy 29, but go back to Genesis. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Keep reading.
Okay.
Because I think it's about where you at? Verse what?
13.
Verse 13. Yeah, it's about to run right into it. Go ahead.
Book of Genesis chapter 17. I'm starting at verse 13.
Yes, sir.
He that is born in thy house and he that is brought with thy money must need be circumcised.
Must need be circumcised. Again, talking about someone who comes from Abraham's loins, and as well as the strangers who are there as our servants. Because it literally said your your strangers that belong to you. Go ahead.
So my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. Verse 14. And the uncircumcised man child whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised,
what happened to him?
That soul shall be cut off from his people.
Souls shall be cut off from the people, meaning they're not counted as among the people. That's why during Paul's time he's dealing with a lot of Hellenized Jews. People who were not circumcised, and even goes beyond that scope, because most, if I'm not mistaken, most Hamitic cultures, they don't do that either. You have those of us that went off into Hamitic cultures, those of us that still stayed in the Greek Isles during that time after the Hellenistic period, because that's all they knew. It's the same thing with brothers who are here in America or who were enslaved in somewhere else. Their families grew up in that area, and they know it as a place where they grew up, where they came from. It's hard to leave a place that you think that you come from.
Right.
You feel me? Go ahead.
He has broken my covenant.
And broke the covenant that's being made. Read.
Verse 15. And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her No, Fluff. I'm talking at the top. Genesis chapter 17, verse 15. And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarah, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarah, but Sarah shall her name be.
Right.
And I will bless her and give thee a son also.
So now he's going to get a son through Sarah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of many nations.
How is she a mother of many nations? The same way that Abraham is. They had children, and those children had many children and grew to be kingdoms and nations. Read.
Kings of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him
who is 99 years old? Can you imagine that though? Can you imagine, like, I'm old as, that's funny. That's funny. Like, I'm old as hell. What you mean? And she gotta deliver the baby? Yeah, you tripping, right? You tripping.
Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old, and shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? And Abraham said unto God, of that Ishmael might live before thee. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac.
You're to call his name Isaac. Read.
And I will establish my covenant with him.
Wait, who's the covenant being established with?
Isaac.
Oh, but wait. If someone who's using Deuteronomy 29 is saying this shows that all strangers can take a hold of it, that would mean that everyone outside of Isaac should be able to hold it. But the covenant being established with who?
With Isaac.
With Isaac. Okay, go ahead.
And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant.
Right.
And with his seed after him.
So with Isaac and then his children after him. Read.
Verse 20. And as for Ishmael.
As for who?
As for Ishmael.
That's also Abraham's son. Why, if it's supposed to be that all strangers can be enjoined into this covenant, let's see what God had to say about Ishmael, the firstborn. Read.
I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and I will make him fruitful.
So he's getting blessed. He's being made fruitful. Read.
And will multiply him exceedingly.
He's going to multiply him exceedingly. Read. 12
princes shall be begat, and I will make him a great nation.
And he's going to be made a great nation. Read.
But my covenant. But my covenant.
Wait, the same covenant that we were reading about. The same covenant that belongs to Abraham and his seed. Read.
Will I establish with Isaac.
With who?
With Isaac.
And who else?
That's it.
So if it's supposed to be something that any stranger can take hold of, why is the Most High saying that the covenant will be established with Abraham and his seed, and then it says Isaac and his seed? Because it's not talking about all the children. It said out of Abraham's seed is going to Isaac, and then from Isaac's seed it goes to where? To Jacob. It's proven, and it shows that even Ishmael doesn't take part in this covenant.
Right.
This is something for the Israelites, or for the chosen line rather, which later becomes the Israelites. Which we can drop that. Get your preset. Give me Hebrews 11 and start at 7. Go ahead.
It's Hebrews 9 and 19. Because the thing is, where people say people can just take hold of the covenant, really just bastardizing Isaiah 56. But like as far as somebody could just wake up one day and want to be an Israelite, now they're an Israelite, we don't see that biblically. Because the way you be enjoined into this covenant is through blood sacrifice, and the specific one that Moses did to the Israelites in Exodus 24.
Yep.
And you see it summarized here in Hebrews 9 and 19. For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of calves and of goats with water and scarlet wool and hyssop and sprinkled both the book and all the people. Right, when it's talking about all the people, it's making reference to Exodus 24. The only people getting that blood on them are Israelites, contextually.
I'm about to say, let's get that after this.
This was one more point.
Go ahead.
It says, saying, this is the blood of the testament which God hath enjoined unto you. That's how somebody is enjoined into the covenant. You can't just wake up one day and just now take part of it. That's not how it works. God has enjoined it unto you unto the ritualistic rites we see in Ezekiel. I keep saying Ezekiel. Exodus.
It's hard to get them two mixed up. Get that in Hebrews 11, start at verse 7, and get that in Exodus 24.
We started verse 7 or verse 8?
No, start at 7.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7.
You know?
By faith Noah being warned of God of things not seen as yet.
Context is being about faith. Go ahead.
Moved with fear.
Prepared.
Moved with fear.
He was told to build an ark because it was going to rain. He heard God, he listened, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do, and that's why him and his family, 8 souls deep, and then the 2 of every animal were the only ones to actually make it back. Go ahead.
Prepare an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world, and became heirs of the righteousness which is by faith.
So they became heirs with righteousness, which was through faith. Go ahead.
By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, and obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went.
Abraham, get thee up and leave your father's house and go to a land that I have for you. Read.
Come by faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac.
With who?
With Isaac.
So Abraham dwelled in tents with Isaac, which we read earlier, is who would be next to what? Take part in that covenant with the Most High. Read.
And Jacob.
And who?
And Jacob.
And Jacob. So now we have 3 generations. Well, 4 generations. Well, more than 4 generations. But Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is who the covenant is being established with. And what are they? Go ahead.
The heirs with him of the same promise.
The what?
The heirs with him of the same promise.
The heirs with him with the same promise. And let's read a covenant that was made between God and Jacob, who was just mentioned. Go ahead.
Alright, so I had 2. So let me start. I'm gonna start at verse 3 in Exodus 24.
Go ahead.
It says that Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said, all these words
Yeah, they look like, wait.
All these words which the Lord have said we will do.
That's a verbal confirmation of us, because he read the law, and how do we respond? All the words that you have read in this law, we will do. So that's us giving verbal confirmation. We will follow and keep the law. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll try to read. I have writing over it. Verse 4. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning and builded an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Where are the pillars for these strangers?
Right.
For these sojourners, the mixed multitude. They're not there. They take part. I'll say it like this. The only reason they are able to either be around and dwell amongst us is because we have servants. It's like we read earlier in Genesis. The circumcision covenant betwixt Abraham that goes down to Isaac, that goes down to Jacob, is for every male that's born in the house, whether it be of our own seed or of our servants who are indeed heathen. Go on.
Verse 5. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of the Lord. And this is important because
you don't see the heathen.
Well, you don't see the heathen, but you also see, like in the book of Hebrews, like specifically the chapter I read earlier in Hebrews 9, they like to say when Christ died, that started the new covenant. And they'll be like, well, because the blood was shed.
No.
Well, you also see in Exodus chapter 24, verse 5, the sacrifice and the blood for the Israelites to be enjoined unto the covenant was sacrificed before they were in it.
Exactly.
When the blood was put upon them at the end of this passage, that's when they were enjoined unto it. So for people to say that, oh well, Christ died, so that started a new covenant, that doesn't make sense. Especially when you see things like 70 AD. How is that going to happen in the new covenant?
Exactly.
You can lose your temple and go into captivity in the new covenant. That's wild work. I'm gonna keep going.
Wild work.
It says, and Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood and sprinkled it on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read it in the audience of the people.
So he read the law. Go ahead.
The audience of the people, and they said, all the Lord have said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words.
There you go. It's not that difficult. The blood, that portion was indeed for the Israelites.
Oh, I got you.
You don't read about the heathen being included in that instance. If it was said the 12 tribes of Israel and their servants, or and the heathen round about them, the stranger that are mixed with them, if it would have said that, cool, it doesn't. It wholeheartedly doesn't. Go ahead.
Right, and this is where you can confound a Christian on something like that, and they'll be like, well, that's the whole purpose of the new covenant, because it adds everybody else. So let me read this real quick. This is Ezekiel 16 and verses, I'm starting at 60. It says, nevertheless, I will remember my covenant with thee in the days of thy youth, the old covenant, days of thy youth, and I will establish unto thee an everlasting covenant, the new covenant. Then thou shalt remember thy ways and be ashamed, and when thou shalt receive thy sisters, in context you read in Ezekiel 16, the sisters here is talking about the rest of the nation, right? So, where was that? Yeah, I'm gonna read that again. Then thou shalt remember thy ways and be ashamed, when thou shalt receive thy sisters, thine elder and thy younger, and I will give unto thee I will give them unto thee for a daughter. Why are they a daughter? Because they're in subjection to you. Exactly. A sister is somebody you don't have authority over your sister, right? But you have authority over your daughter, right? So in subjection to the heathen, in subjection to the Israelites. It says, but not by thy covenant, and I will establish my covenant with thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. That thou mayest remember and be confounded, and never open thy mouth any more because of thy shame, when I have pacified toward thee for all that thou hast done, saith the Lord. So when you see the new covenant multiple times in the Bible, whether it be the Hebrew or the Greek, new doesn't mean like something literally created out of nothing. It means a reaffirming or reestablishing, right? Exactly. Something being made new. That covenant, that old covenant, is being made new again. Like the difference between the old one and the new one, the reaffirmed covenant, is an everlasting covenant that we cannot choose to now transgress or fall away from. The old covenant we can at any moment. Hell, we're doing it right now. We got niggas selling pork right now.
On the Shabbat.
on the Shabbat. Selling pork on the Shabbat, man. That's where we're at right now. But the everlasting covenant, the new reaffirmed covenant, that won't be happening yet. Right. But the key point about that is, when you read verse 61 again, then thou shalt remember thy ways and be ashamed, when thou shalt receive thy sisters, thy elder and thy younger, and I will give them unto thee for daughters, but not by the covenant.
Meaning they're not becoming daughters through the covenant that's being made right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna give them to you, so that they can be subjugated to you. And it's not because they're taking part of the covenant with you. Yeah. It's just what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Go ahead.
This is Genesis 22 and 17. It says, this is Abraham getting a blessing. It says that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gates of his enemies, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou obeyed my voice. So it's talking about, basically this is Israel going to possess the gates of the enemies, and that's also going into right there where it said she'll be given the sister, the elder and the younger as a daughter, because now you're going into that. That's going to be your possession now. But that's a promise and a blessing that's been given.
That's your ruling. Yeah, and then, go back, read it again.
Verse 17, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand of the sea which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
Now if you're possessing the gate, what does the gate do? It's an opening to a border. Either you're going in or you're going out. We're literally ruling over the borders we're governing these people. We are going to govern these people. Just like how you have occupying forces all around the world with several different countries. America has several different bases all around the world. They're governing people's gates. We're going to be doing the exact same thing, but under the Lord, in the kingdom of heaven. Keep going.
So like I was going to add too, that's kind of like you have the borders now that they govern, and you need a passport to get in or out.
Exactly. So you're trolling the borders.
Yeah.
Verse 18. It says, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed.
And how they gonna be blessed? Hold that. Give me Isaiah 2.
Come.
How is the way they're going to be blessed, man?
I got a picture, man.
We got Isaiah chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills.
Right.
And all nations shall flow unto it.
All nations are going to flow into the kingdom of heaven. Right. This is literally the last thing that needs to happen is the erection and establishment of the kingdom of heaven. All nations are going to flow unto it. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
So all nations like, hey, let's go meet up at the mountain of the Lord, right? The kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
To the house of the God of Jacob.
The God of who?
The God of Jacob.
They even then at that time they're going to acknowledge that the Most High is the God of Jacob. Read.
And it says, he will teach us of his ways.
We're going to teach the heathen the ways of the Most High. We're going to teach them the law. This is something that's going to happen. Read.
And we will walk in his path.
And they will walk in the paths that we set for them. Right? Just like how the current ruling powers of this earth, what they say goes. What we say, which comes from the Most High and Yahushua, is going to go.
Right.
For out of Zion.
Out of where?
For out of Zion.
Out of Zion. Read.
Shall go forth the law.
So out of Zion, the law of what's going to be kept in the world, in the earth, it will be kept. Read.
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Read.
Verse 4. And it says, and he shall judge among the nations.
Among the nations, the Gentiles, the strangers, the heathen. Among them what?
And shall rebuke many people.
They're going to be rebuked. Read.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
They're going to turn their weapons into farming tools. Read.
And their spears into pruning hooks.
And they're going to also make gardening tools. For what?
Nation shall not rise up. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither shall they learn war anymore.
So there's going to be world peace. It's not going to be any more international wars or anything like that's going to be done. The world will be blessed and will be at peace because everyone will be forced to follow the laws of God.
That's right. That's right.
That's a blessing unto all the people. Go ahead.
So right here in Nehemiah 13, right? So in Nehemiah 13, it says, on that same day, as the book of Moses was being read to the people, because at Nehemiah's time we're coming out of Babylonian captivity, right before the Persian, either during or before, I guess during and after the Persian occupation, right? So he's reestablishing and reaffirming Israel's laws and reaffirming them and getting them to understand the true ways of God at that time. We fell away from that in Babylonian captivity. So starting back at this, it says, on that same day as the book of Moses was being read to the people, the passage was found that said no Ammonite or Moabite should ever be permitted to enter the assembly of God. For they had not provided the Israelites with food and water in the wilderness. Instead, they hired Balaam to curse them, though our God turned the curse into a blessing. When this passage of the law was read, all those of foreign descent immediately excluded from the assembly. So everybody who was amongst the Israelites who heard that law decided to get away from the Israelites. That's what happened. That's important to know, because if in the law it gives a place for the stranger to be equal to the Israelites, why is this happening?
Exactly. Exactly.
Where's the Israelites running? No, you could be a part of it.
Right.
You don't see that.
No, you don't see that. And you can't insert it. That's why you have to be very honest with what the scripture is saying. Yes, the heathen will be there. They will be our servants and our handmaids. That's what they're supposed to be, man.
Right.
Matter of fact, we could walk now, but somebody give me that precept about them going back to their land. Where they would be able, to go back to their land after the 1,000 years.
Shit, I mean,
I had one more thing that was saying how it was gonna be restored.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna go back to their actual lands after they're done serving them. Because that's a must read. But yeah, man, Israelites, we gotta stop being so focused on the destruction part of the enemy, right? Because that's what get us locked in for real. That's really what gets us locked in to come into the truth and things like that.
I don't say that.
But like Christianity, they're focused on what we're talking about right now. What happens after their captivity and their servitude directly under us, and their part in rebuilding the kingdom of heaven, right? And their labor that they have to do, because we were in servitude for them so long. They think they can just escape and get right to the part where they go back to their own land. No, you have to go through the pain. If Israel has to go through the pain, y'all got to go through the pain, and Israel got to stop just focusing on the captivity part that we're going to put on the heathen. There's something that happens after that. That doesn't happen forever.
Go ahead. This is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 16. It says, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations, read, which came up against Jerusalem, shall even go up from the year to year to worship the King.
Should you do what? Yeah.
So
That is it. Hold on. We're going to read that again. Give me Joel 3. Joel
I didn't know that's what you wanted, so
I'm pretty sure that is what I wanted. Give me Joel about the, and then also give me that in Second Ezra. In Second Ezra. And then also get Revelation 19. Go ahead.
3 of what? From the top?
Yeah, talking about the nations coming up against us.
Yeah, that's from
Go ahead.
And so Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days.
So this is gonna be. This is eschaton, right? End time prophecy.
For behold, in those days and that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem,
right?
And I will also gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
He's gonna gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of the Lord's judgment,
and will plead with them. There for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
And plead doesn't mean to ask. He's talking about killing. Read.
Among all the nations and parted my land,
right?
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
God, so this is going into what these nations are going to get, right? They're going to, because they're trying to come up against us in this day. There's more on that? No, that's it. Okay. And so, go ahead back to Zechariah.
This is Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem.
Everyone that is left among the nations which came against Judah. That's everyone that is left. You got what I wanted, second S?
So that's what's on 9? What's on?
I wanted 6. No, 13. Not that. It's early on in here. Sent out of the mouth. Boom, right here. 10. Lions of Moses came against him, and devil the reason the place throughout the mountain. Start at 8 and then read into. Read into 13. Go ahead.
Book of 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 8. And after this I beheld. I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him.
To what?
To subdue him.
So people are going to gather together to subdue the man that Ezra's seeing. Go on.
To subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude.
So the violence of the what?
Of the multitude.
So it's a multitude, read.
That came against him. He neither lifted up his hand, nor had he a shield of any instrument of war.
So he didn't do that. He didn't lift up anything to fight them, but he did what?
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
A blast of fire. What you hold? Revelations?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. You give me Ezekiel, is it 36?
Which one? About what?
That mirrors 19. Revelations 19. Is it Ezekiel 36? Am I tripping? Talking about who is this that coming from Basra?
It's 37, I think.
37?
It might be 37.
Wait, who coming from Basra?
Who is this that coming from
That's
Basra?
Isaiah.
That's Isaiah?
Yeah.
Isaiah 36. Give me that. Baba Kashab.
63.
Okay, 63?
63. Who is this coming from Basra?
Who would dye garments from Edom? Yeah.
Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is that coming from Edom?
Right.
With dye garments from Basra?
Go on.
That's like this that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in greatness of his strength.
Right.
I that speak in righteousness might you should save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Why is he red in his apparel? This is why. Go on.
And thy garments like him that treadeth in the winepress. I have trodden the winepress alone.
He did what?
I have trodden the winepress alone.
He did his killing alone. That's why we don't see him raising. There's no sword, shit, anything. He's not raising his arms to fight this multitude. Read.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger.
He's going to tread these people in his anger that he's going to go kill. Read.
And trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment.
Go on.
And I will stain all my raiment.
He's going to what?
And I will stain all my raiment.
All his clothes are going to be bloody red because he's doing this himself. And read.
Verse 10, 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
A what?
A blast of fire.
He's not saying he's going to be breathing fire. He's giving the order. Because we are going to be there and we get to go against these people coming up against us. Read.
And out of his lip a flaming breath. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Right.
And they were all mixed together.
And they were what?
And they were all mixed together.
Why? Because we are going to be there and we're going to be given the order to let off this frustration from being in captivity against this mass army that came to think that it was going to be a light thing to come and capture the chosen people of God and subjugate us yet again. Go on.
The blast of fire, the flaming breath,
right,
and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude.
Fell with what?
Fell upon the violence of the fell with violence upon the multitude.
You see that? Go on.
Which was prepared to fight.
Which were what?
Which were prepared to fight.
So these people were prepared to fight, like we read in Joel 3. This is happening at that time. Go on.
And burned them up, every one. So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. After that, I saw that same man coming down from the mountain.
With what?
And called unto him another people. That was peaceful.
That was what?
That was peaceful. And there came to him a great number of many nations, of whom some were glad, some were sad, but some were bound. And some among them brought of that which was sacrificed.
See that? There's gonna be those of them with him that's ready to take part in that covenant. Some were happy to see him, some were sad to see him, and some people were bound. It doesn't mean that, like, if that's the case, how can everyone be enjoying if not everybody's getting the same benefit of witnessing this individual who the world calls Christ, real name Yahushua, killing and protecting for them? We only see that happening to the Israelites per prophecy. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this takes place after that. So in Revelation 21 and 22, it says, and I saw, and I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine it, for the glory of God did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof of it. Which is really going through, it's not talking about there's not going to be no type of sun or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is just going into Isaiah 60, about how we're going to be the light to the Gentiles, and Yahushua being our light, being the ensign that everybody comes to, like it talks about in Isaiah 11. So, verse 24, and the nations of them which are saved, now saved right here isn't salvation like it's covered through Christ. This is preservation. So we just read about how all these nations that come against Christ are going to be brought low and destroyed. Various people are going to be brought low and destroyed, but the people who were saved from that, meaning preserved from that destruction, they're going to be bringing their wares to us. It's going to say it verbatim. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor to it. Both of those are wealth, like in Isaiah 60.
Exactly.
And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there, and they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations to it. So that's literally Isaiah 60. How they're going to bring their wealth and their glory and all things, the force of the Gentiles, right, brought to us, the Hallel, right? Verse 27. It says, and there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, right? Just wickedness that comes from the nations, or what used to come from us because we're in the new covenant.
Exactly.
And but they which are written in the Lamb's Book of Life, which is making reference to us.
Exactly. And these nations are what? Those who were preserved. Go back to Zechariah.
Zechariah 13 and 14. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance.
You see?
And so shall be the plague of the horse or of the mule, of the camel and of the ass, and all the beasts that shall be in these tents as his plague. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left.
That is what?
And everyone that is left.
Everyone that is left. The ones that were what? Preserved. Read.
And everyone that is left of all nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King.
What do we, like we read earlier in Isaiah 2. Go on.
To worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
Even so, they're not going to get rain to their crops. These people have to go through what they're going through. Either you keep the law or your land is going to be cursed. The heathen are going to be there, ladies and gentlemen.
You want Deuteronomy 30?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm about to say you had a precept though.
Yeah, I did, but yeah.
I'm about to say
it's quick. It'll be quick.
I'm about to say, unless you want to hit them real quick. Cool. Islam.
We can come back and get it. I want some smoke eventually.
Okay.
I want some smoke.
Well, go ahead.
In Psalms 126, and starting from the top, it says, when the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue was singing. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord hath done great things for them. The Lord hath done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south.
You see that? It's going to be like we were dreaming when we finally get put in our place, which is where we're supposed to be. And we're going to be forced to keep the laws of God like we're supposed to. There's no way we're going to be able to break the commandments and allow these heathens to subjugate us no more. So Israel, have some biblical integrity and be honest with the scriptures. The heathen are going to be there. Destruction is going to happen. They will go into slavery, but they will be able to go back to their own lands, but they will have to keep the laws of God. With that, I want to give Call Halal, but now Yahweh, by Shalom Mashah, Malak Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Shalom.
I've been known to handle business, this shit different. Hit the slab at any minute. Hope my people get this message. Around the way, they need a blessing. So I load up with my niggas, we stay rolling. Highways and hedges.